In the middle of that summer, I inherited my grandfather's house in India. There were 5 sprawling floors of it, home to my mother, my grandmother, and their extended family, 8,000 miles away from my apartment in Brooklyn. The first time that my mother called that day was at 7:15 a.m. I let the phone ring through because we had not spoken in 14 months, and I was steaming my skirt, and I did not know yet that my grandfather was dead. It was my birthday, and I assumed that, despite the countless others she had missed, this year she had decided that she would like to talk to me. It would not occur to her that I might be late for work if I stopped to take a call from a mother who had remained silent for 14 months. It was my mother's way to remain silent. We might have argued about a minor difference. I did not like stew, thereby her stew, or a crevasse of a grievance. At 16, I had allowed my stepmother to formally adopt me to be able to live with my father and her in Connecticut. Indian law did not allow a man to take his child out of the country unless he had a wife, i.e., a caregiver, nurture considered the prime function of femininity. After that, my mother had said, "My doors are closed to you forever," a favorite phrase which had meant 6.5 weeks at the time. The pattern, like the infinite loops of a familiar blanket, was always the same. No words exchanged until she had forgotten her wound. This worked in part. The long spells of quiet, whether weeks or months, or once almost 2 years, served to charge the relationship, as a drained iPhone might gather battery from a socket. And then the phone would ring again. With the familiarity of old scars, we would slip back into Saturday evenings when my phone would light up, euphoric and neon. "Hi?" The first conversation would be stilted on my end, exuberant on hers. I would revel in a universe where my mother wanted me. Over time, she would begin calling regularly again. Those weeks would inevitably lull me, slightly tipsy from the largesse of her motherhood, into a maternal buzz. And then I would say something that would hurt her feelings, which always meant the punishment of disappearance. In this manner, we had passed almost 3 decades. My mother was not an old lady. She was beautiful and fragile and cruel in the way children can be. And she frightened me. That August was the hottest that Brooklyn could be, sudden warm showers permeating the mugginess. There was more steam than air in the subway, bodies stacked alongside, the whole thing reeking of damp rage and hot dogs. I was the first stop on the L train after spending an hour on the 1, inching back from Manhattan. Williamsburg was filled with photogenic parents with bamboo strollers everywhere. I was finally earning enough to occupy their neighborhood, an aberration in a railroad apartment, the kind with a unifying corridor trailing from kitchen to bedroom to living room. You had to walk through every room to get to my couch and TV, the first-class compartment, I liked to say. It was around the corner from Williamsburg Cinemas, and I had made it look like a real place, with rugs and books and plants. I was 29, and there had been enough cities and apartments. I knew how to make a cup of instant home.